Today's episode is about failure. A few weeks ago, the Spring Drift Matsuri was held here at Ebisu Circuit, and I was hoping to drive this. Those of you who watch the Adam LZ channel here on YouTube would have known that he was coming here to Ebisu Circuit, he was buying a car, and he was going to be here for a while, so I was really hoping to drift with him for that weekend and maybe a couple of days after that too. I'd been a bit slack in the maintenance of the R32 up until then, so the idea was to work on it all Saturday, then drive on Saturday night with the light bar, of course, drift all Sunday, and then maybe Monday as well. Of course, I was getting messages from people saying, "When's the Matsuri video coming?" Well, this is it. I think I should let me from a couple of weeks ago explain what happened. Here he is. It's Spring Drift Matsuri today, and I'm down here in the car park to get the Beercan Skyline out of hibernation. Now, I haven't driven it since the autumn Matsuri last year, so let's see if it actually starts. Tires are a bit flat. Right, here we go. First start up of 2017 for the Beercan. Fuel lines primed, and how good is that? It's a beautiful day here at Ebisu. Everyone's out on the track drifting, but unfortunately for me, most of today is going to be all about maintenance. Alright, so here's what I have to do today to this car. Now, first of all, the radiator is broken. See that there and that there? That's because the fan hit the radiator again. I'm going to have to change the radiator again. That's it over there, second-hand one in a box. And the reason I think it's been touching is because the motor mounts are broken. And changing the motor mounts is going to suck, but we're going to have to do it. Anyway, there's not much else to do now except just get started. I think it was Mike Tyson who once said, "Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face." Well, let me tell you what the plan was for this weekend. So the Skyline had a broken radiator. You can see it there. That happened after the last Matsuri up at Toge course. Here's a shot of that. I thought the reason that happened was because the engine mounts were a bit worn out, allowing the engine to move around, causing the engine fan to touch the radiator. Well, I didn't know quite how bad they were. Check this out. These are the engine mounts, this is the gearbox mount. They're not meant to be in two pieces like that. The rubber split there, and the gearbox mount also split. That meant the engine was free to move around, held in pretty much only by like the intercooler piping and I don't know what else. I also changed the gearbox oil and the diff oil. I also changed all the spark plugs and put in a new radiator. The engine and gearbox mounts have been replaced with Nismo stuff, so it should be good now. And the whole job took about 6 hours with friends helping me. Then it came time to bleed the radiator, and this happened. See all these little bubbles coming out? That means there is a hole in the head gasket somewhere. And I discovered this right at the end when all the work was done, 6 hours of work, and we were just bleeding the radiator, and these stupid bubbles appeared. So somewhere in there, the gasket has a hole in it, and coolant is getting into the cylinder, and bubbles are getting out and coming out here. So I could have driven the car, but it would have gotten worse. And this engine has been good for the last like 5 years. It's been really good. So I figure it's worth keeping this engine and not swapping it out for another RB20 or for like an RB25. I like the RB20, it's good. So we're gonna book it in to get the head gasket repaired, and that's all we can really do this time. So unfortunately, no drifting at this Matsuri. So not only did I not get to drive with Adam, I didn't even get to drive at all. This thing did not do one single lap. And on top of that, the one bit of video I did do with Adam, here's what happened. I bought a new microphone recently, and it's the type you need to turn on, and I forgot to turn it on. So overall, massive fail at Matsuri. So I'm up here this weekend trying to get this sorted out. Here's how it sits. Look at, it's filthy, it's covered in pollen. Look at this. Remember I was talking about pollen in Japan? This is what I'm talking about. So what I'm gonna do is give it to K-Style to fix. K-Style is the workshop here at Ebisu Circuit. It might take a while for them to fix it because they're so busy, but on the upside, it means I'm gonna have more time and money now to get the Mark II back on the road. But I don't want to give K-Style a car that's all filled with junk, so I'm gonna empty that all out now. It's so hot today. Look, it's a Monday and there's one guy out here today practicing in his Civic. There's no one else here except him, just doing time attack. So we'll go up to K-Style now and drop off the keys. So this is K-Style. I remember that dirt trial video I did a while back. They've got 2 dirt trial cars now. 86 and S15. This is Igu. You may have seen him before on videos, but he's the main guy here at K-Style. He's a mechanic, so he promised he'd fix it, so he's going to fix it.
預かりまーす。
はい。
かっこいい。一時すごい高かったんだよね、GTR の時に。
Yeah, my car's got a GTR key, but it's not a GTR. Bit of a shame to be here at Ebisu and not be able to drive. Oh well, next time I guess. So just a bit of a short video today, update on what's happening with the Skyline. It will be back, not very quickly, but it will be back and in better condition than ever. But in the meantime, I think JZX100 back on the road I think is the next thing to do. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. All right, moment of truth. Where's my key? It's in the door.